Hey guys, welcome back to the Interceptor. We are here with another Alliance War video. This is going to be Alliance War Season 58, War number 8. And today, we are going to be showcasing some bugs that happened in the war. I tested this fight in the off-season, Shocker versus Onslaught on this node. And throughout the entire fight, Shocker's heavy attack was not benefiting from force charges. Like, not once in the fight did I get any extra damage whatsoever on my heavy attack. And I thought they fixed it because I saw Bailey, the YouTuber, doing this matchup, and or not this matchup specifically, but with Shocker in Alliance War, and it was working. It was not reducing the damage whatsoever. You were getting the full boost from force charges. So I thought it was fixed. So I went in and I did this fight. So here I'm going to go for a nice L2. I'm going to bait this special first. And then I think I'm just going to throw it despite the power sting. Okay, no, we do actually just remove it. Throw the L2. We have 141 charges. We're going to charge the heavy. And the heavy is going to connect with, what, like 34? 34? It does 1.3 mil. That's what it does with no boost. So, I genuinely don't know what is going on, but every single time, the heavy attack just gets no boost. And it's going to continue in this fight. In fact, it's almost going to lead to me timing out. I don't know why this is the case, because each charge should give you 15% damage, I believe it is. And I had 35 of them. So, what is that? That's like 500% damage. So that heavy attack should have done 7 million, something like that. And instead it's doing 1.3 mil. And that heavy attack there didn't do much more. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I'm not sure why this bug is occurring. I just know that it is. But every single time I throw an L2 in this fight, I am going to slow it down. But because it was such a long fight, I just ended up speeding up the rest of it. I mean, the rest of my hits are clearly benefiting from the force charges. I'm clearly getting more damage. But here, 50 charges, 1.3 mil. Like, I actually just don't know what is wrong. I have looked through the kit. I've looked through Shocker's kit. Is there anything that could possibly limit me from increasing the damage that the defender is taking? There's nothing. There is no logical reason that this should be happening. I actually just don't understand it. I think that with the way the game calculates Shocker's increased attack rating during heavy attacks from charges that you consume, that maybe it's like accidentally doing something. Like, I actually don't know. I'm hoping someone can help me out here, but I'm going to throw this L2. This L2 is going to kill. But I I almost timed out. I had like 7 seconds left, something like that. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to take down a fight that should have been 2 minutes. It should have been one L3 cycle and then back to an L2, and I would have soloed in 2 minutes. So that's fun. Anyways, here we are for our second fight, and we have this matchup of Sentinel versus Sasquatch, and this is going to be on node 3, and I'm going to make one pretty major mistake in this fight. The only fight that I had to go off of, so the only fight I'd seen someone do, is rank 3 Sentinel versus a rank 4 Sassy. And in that fight, your damage becomes an issue and you need to use suicides. In a rank 3 versus a rank 3 matchup, you don't need to use suicides. And I did use suicides because I didn't know how close it would be. The only one I had seen, like I said before, the only video I had record of was rank 3 versus a rank 4. So I put on suicides. And the way you're going to play this fight is you're just going to alternate L1, L2, try to hit the opponent as much as possible so you can keep getting back to that L1, and then your L2 is going to be what does damage, and then whenever the regen expires, you're going to double dex to reapply it, which is actually really easy with against Sasquatch specifically. But here I believe we're going to go in and go for our combo. I threw it into the block because he was in Wrath, and I just didn't want to give him that much extra power gain. Here I actually wanted to push him to L2, but he didn't let me. So here we're going to push him to L2. We did get a pretty late Wrath trigger. I think it triggered at like 11 charges, which is not ideal. And then there, I did not think he would recover from that heavy attack fast enough, but not that big of a deal. This guy's clearly running pretty high Mystic Dispersion, but there we go for another special one. Luckily, Sentinel's natural, what's it called where you keep the power? I completely blank on what that ability is called. But anyways, Sentinel, when you throw L2, sometimes you're already going to be back at a special one, or you throw L1, you're still going to be back at a special one, because the special just costs less. Here, I think we're actually going to drop our heal block temporarily. There I throw my L2. I know it's going to land into the block, but I did not anticipate him recovering so fast, because I just kind of expected the special to knock him back further. But we are going to be losing the health race essentially the entire fight, because in this fight your damage is just going to consistently ramp more and more with your force charges, because you should be constantly getting them as long as you are making sure that the regen comes back every time. You want to go for some heavy attacks. Those shocks do add up. Obviously they're not the longest shocks in the world, but they do have a pretty long duration. Here we have to go for a second special one, which is unfortunate because we lose out on quite a bit of damage. I did max tech collar. Well, actually I didn't excuse me, I can't talk. I didn't max tech collar for this war. I just have it maxed in general. Like I always run max tech collar because it's arguably as good or better than Mystic Dispersion on offense. I'm gonna argue it's better than Mystic Dispersion on offense, but there's a lot of people that are gonna disagree with me. And yeah, this fight is gonna go down. We are not going to die to recoils, but this fight did teach me a lesson, and that lesson is that if we see a rank 4 here, just send Omega Sentinel. Like, it should be the priority. The nice thing actually about this matchup is that when you get into the final 30% of Sentinels, or sorry, not Sentinels, of Sassy's health bar, then you are going to have constant regeneration, and you do not need to dash back to manually trigger yours. You can just keep it up, which is nice. But yeah, this L2 kills a little under 4 minutes. Pretty slow fight, but Sassy does have one of the biggest health pools in the game, so that's not actually that bad. And we lost this war. Or sorry, we won this war, excuse me. We actually won this war, and it was not even close. We had our best war of the season by a lot. Our previous best performance of the season was 8 deaths, which was actually last war. And in this one, we had 3. So I don't really know what was up with us, but one thing I will show is that we, as an alliance, got our first Deathless BG of the season. So my BG1, had a donut, and it was the first donut my alliance has had this season. So that's really, really cool. And overall, we just played really well. We had 3 deaths total, which is a very, very good score to contend with, and can contend with absolutely anyone on any day. So I'm very proud of our performance. Unfortunately, our opponents were not happy with our performance, and halfway through the war, when we had cleared, I think, 17 fights, and at that point we had yet to die, and then we died like 3 times in our next 5 fights and then ended the war clean. But at the time we were 17-0, one of their members messaged me and said that he is certain that our alliance is cheating, or rather, very suspicious is I believe what he said. And he said that he has instructed all 30 members of his alliance to send in tickets to Kabam asking them to ban us for cheating. Like, I'm sorry that you lost, But even with our average performance this season, we would have crushed you. Like, they died 5 times more than us. More than that, even. I think they died 17 times to R3. And you're complaining that we're cheating? Like, bro, our average is like 8 or 9 deaths a season. Or, excuse me, a war. Anyways, we were not... I kind of thought it was funny. I'm not actually angry. But I thought it was funny that just because we started performing well around the same time that other alliances are picking it up, like we're finally getting used to the final round of changes, or what we assume is the final round of changes on the map, that people just think we're cheating. Like, bro, no, we're just better than you. They couldn't accept that. They thought, oh, we lost? They must be cheating. Anyways, we're going to move on. We don't care. We know none of us are cheating. We know that for a fact. So they can be annoyed. We don't care. We won. Yay. We are now 4-4 on the season. I have 0 deaths total still on both accounts, and my PSR is 159 out of 160 attack bonus because I did time out that one time. And my main attack bonus is 80 out of 80, and my alt is 79 out of 80, or 99%. So I have a Deathless streak now of 17 fights. My main account is on a 72 fight streak, and my alt is on a 10 fight streak. So that is going to be it for today. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.